think the 5 key ingredients are selflessness, intentionality, priority, communication, and forgiveness. We've been married 25 years, dating, well, it's probably 20, almost 27. So there's a lot of forgiveness that needs to happen just because we're human beings. And so I think, and the most important attribute is understanding God's love, because you can't give what you don't have. And I think understanding God's love for you and how perfect it is, because, my ability to love is limited, just as any other humans is. So being able to understand his love, then you're able to give it. But if you marry somebody to get love or get validation or get affirmation, that person, that's not their intent. Jesus loves us so much that he went to the cross for us. That's the love we need to draw from. And so I think that is really quickly. And I think without those traits, when you're selfish, when you're prideful, when you don't forgive, when you don't communicate, when you don't make each other a priority, it will diminish a relationship really quickly.
Very good question. Who you should date. And remembering being in this phase, and us and all of our friends when they're young, everyone's like, well, how will you know unless you date? And so a lot of people are dating and trying out more dating, but I want to just tell you that dating is not like test driving a car. Okay, we're talking about people and lives and souls and futures here. So if you get your dating information from like a Netflix binge, some episodes you watch it, you're gonna get all the wrong insights on what dating and relationships about. I believe the Bible's got some profound stuff. What I would say about it is, date somebody that you believe could be or might be your future spouse. Some people date out of convenience, just they're lonely and they want to just be, but that a week turns to a month, turns to a year, turns to 2, and before you know it, you could be way down the road with somebody that you didn't really plan on building a future with. Date somebody that you think you really could build a future with. That's really important. And what I found from our experience in that, what worked really good early on, rather than just, I don't know, maybe this person is the one, start dating, I really highly recommend doing things in groups. Because when you do things in groups with your friends, it's really great. You're still spending time together, but you're getting a better read on people and their demeanor, and they're knowing you better in a group format. It's really pretty remarkable. So I think hanging out in groups is a great way to understand. So just don't be casual about who you date. Plan on somebody that you might be building a future with. And the other thing I want to say this, and this might be a little bit of a shocker to some of you, but I have to drop it this way because I think it's quite revealing. For example, gentlemen, if you're dating a girl that you don't believe is your wife, that means she's probably somebody else's wife. You guys hear me? Ladies, if you're dating somebody that is not your future husband, then he's probably somebody else's husband. And that kind of puts a little bit of magnitude of, oh, snap. I didn't think of it that way. And so just be a little intentional. Like, could you imagine you're waiting, praying for your wife, and somebody's casually dating her out there somewhere? You know what I mean? You're like, I hope that's not happening. So don't take it casually, take it intentionally, approach it like, could I build a future with this person? Is God aligning us up? Is there something bigger going on here? I would date from that standpoint. I think keeping it in a group text before it's very personal is a really wise move on that.
That is good. I personally don't think it's an age. I think it's a maturity. I think it's really being at peace with who you are, working through your stuff. And it's an important, whatever baggage you don't deal with, you bring into a marriage, and then, it weighs a marriage down. And so I think it's just really important to have your relationship with the Lord solid. And then, because then you're bringing that in, that fullness in your heart, and you're able to actually be a person rather than a better person, rather than trying to get someone to heal you or fix you, because only the Lord can do that. And so, and marriage is, it's a reflection. So it's magnified, right? So whenever you get squeezed, whatever's on the inside comes out. So, and that, you get squeezed in marriage. You get squeezed in relationships. And so to be able to deal with the stuff and deal with it as it comes along, because nobody's arrived when they get married, right? You see things, but to be able to recognize it and say, you know what, let me work on this for us.